Welcome back to Group Call, coming off Wednesday PA breakdown where price was stagnant. It was chopping after we made this manipulation. It looked weak, so price will look to continue going lower after giving us this total manipulation, which is what it did. We bounced it back inside SIBI, dumping. Also, you had a total manipulation here in Asia and then continued us lower. Nice dump lower. Price took out all of this right here. It even dug really deep and it rebounced us back inside this manipulation order block, whatnot, if you want to refer to it as order block, whatever. But this was the last manipulation anchor. I will go more on that when I make the lecture. Like, how do we know price not gonna look to dig deeper? Blah blah blah. Like, what could we target? What could we not? But price rebounds back inside the order block. Then from there, and I forgot to renew it. I'm cooked again. Displaced up from rebalancing, continue displacing up. Nice BTC being left behind in the 15-minute, which is indicating that price is bullish. Price started to chop down, slow down. 7 a.m. we go lower, we total manipulate very nicely, and from here we pump up. So last manipulation leg would technically be here, which is like if you were to draw your order block, would be like something like this. Price rebounds inside of it, displaced away. Even came back inside this busy, continued displacing, rebouncing, displacing very nicely. Then around 9:30 we had SMT and Turtle Soup where price swept on the left. So nice SMT and Turtle Soup. Boom, boom. Go on the 5 minute. Uh, Gave us nice shorts. Very nice shorts all the way down to this internal DOL. We're bullish, so don't be expecting to like continue going lower, which is unlikely for price to do that because if you look at it, everything here is bounced out. Like the order block would have been like here. Price already rebounced inside of it, displaced up. Even give us another rebound inside the busy, then displaced up. So technically, this would be the last like low because if you look at it, this was the last low before we made the highs. So if price was going to reverse or continue, it would have to be from this tiny pullback because if you look, boom, 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 and then we shot up. So this is the last low before the high. So if price was going to reverse, it's going to be from this low. Okay. Obviously, all of this was accumulation, so price displaced past it easily. Everything on the left also is not going to hold because we are reversing now. We are like lined up with the manipulation, as you can see. Accumulation, price goes to rebalances lower. Nice total manipulation, displaced up, manipulation, whatever, continue displacing. We accumulate, set in like a fake high to, rebalance this lower. Come back, we rebalance everything out and rebalance back inside this manipulation leg and we displace up. And that's that. So if you took shorts at 9:30-ish or after, valid. And then after 9:50, obviously the longs you guys could see. Just go on the 1 minute. So I'll just go over the entries and stuff like quickly through them. 9:33, nice candle displacement lower. Rebalancing. This did not close bearish, so it's not like nothing for you to enter here. Still a fat wick. Price still rebalancing, but we do not like rebalance back up inside this high, so it's still fine. As you see a candle displacement lower right here, that is valid for you to enter like right here or here. It's still fine as long as you had a stop loss right here at the rebalance, or depending if you entered like as we displace past this entire candle wick. If you entered on that candle, stop loss above that rebalance, TP 121 or that low on the left, the first total low. Again, price rebounds very cleanly, but again, as you guys can see, it did not displace past that high. Fries, I will upgrade this today. After it rebalanced, we continue displacing lower, so this is telling you that okay, we're gonna continue to look to short. Boom, another short entry would have been here, or I know some of you guys entered here. As long as you had your stop loss above that wick high, or if you entered after the candle displacing lower, you enter here. And TP, obviously that internal low, as you guys can see, price started to wick lower and lower and lower, which is indicating that price is slowing down and it could look to reverse after taking out this low. That's where you'd want to TP. If price was giving us like full bearish candles, like for example, like right here, if this candle was down here, it would tell you that okay, price is gonna look to go lower. But if you see like small wicks, price slowing down, anticipate a reversal or like a deeper rebalance. But after price swept that low, nice BC displacements. If you want to refer to these as like CB disrespect or a nice, still fine. But realistically, if you were confident in the longs after this total manipulation, the reaction, the displacement, you could have entered here, stop loss here. Obviously TP either 1-to-1 first to turtle or you just hold it because like your SL is at a protected area. It's in the below the manipulation. So, and if you were waiting for DRD after the CB disrespect, which you got after price gave us a nice breakup structure, which price went from boom, boom, boom to boom, displacing past the high. So we're gonna look to rebalance back inside a bullish PD array, either the order block or the BISI, whichever was left behind untagged or untagged. Price rebalances gives us another displacement, so a nice long here would have been valid. Stop loss at the rebalance, again, 1-to-1 or hold it until you're content. If you're confident that we're going to continue longing, obviously, because this is all accumulation, nice manipulation, price rebalancing, displacing away, another internal manipulation, rebalancing, displacing away, you can legit look to hold to like the left, the accumulation on the left, or that internal high from 930. So realistically, that's what I would have held it to, but price was legit slowing down here, so I know a lot of you guys were like scared, but nonetheless, this was the last rebalance. All right, so if you're gonna look to long, it has to be like, doesn't matter where you enter, stop loss has to be below this rebalance, because this is the last protected area. Here, if you're gonna enter like right here, putting your stop loss here, it wouldn't really make sense, because okay, cool, we have displacement after this rebalance, but like candle after that, like it just started displacing lower, you know? So like price could still look to rebalance, either giving us a total manipulation, which is what it did, or it could even dig deeper, like for example here, but like this is very, very unlikely. The only reason price would look to dig deep, like in here, is if we are truly bearish and we're gonna go lower. But realistically, we're bullish. Just have the stop loss at the last rebalance, which came from this order block, from like this right here. Let me mark it out. Boom, boom, right here. So this is the order block where the manipulation happened. Price rebalance displaced away. If you were gonna look to enter anywhere, like let's say for example, we entered right here at the order block tap or whatnot. If you even had your stop loss right here below the order block or below the manipulation, you would have been fine. Okay, so always SL in like a protected area, or like at a rebalance that came from like rebalancing inside the manipulation. So this was perfect. Why? Because this came from the rebalance inside the manipulation. That's why that low was protected and this low was not. So if that makes sense. All right, again, as long as here were valid, as long as your stop loss was like here, if you want to minimize it, but realistically here would have been fine. Again, another rebalance even gave us nice internal manipulation. Then more displacement up. CB gets disrespected. Rebalance, displacement. Again, so you could have entered here, here, anywhere is fine. Alright. Stop loss either at the order block rebalance or at this new manipulation like that just happened, where we have internal manipulation and price is displacing away and giving us very, very clean, like, bullish signatures. Again, TP either 1-to-1 or CE of the CB on the left if you're like thinking that, okay, we're going to reverse or we're going to be bearish. But realistically, nothing to be afraid of, because we're bullish. Your higher time frame narrative, your bias, everything's aligned. So, and your entry is perfectly aligned with like near the manipulation. This is the last manipulation. Hold your trade either to 930 highs or, to be honest, until you're content. That was that. Again, BISI gets rebalanced into this fat BISI. If you see a fat PD array, don't try to just take like the first tiny like rebalance. Just wait for like either CE rebalance or like deep into discount rebalance. Okay, especially these fat PD arrays. Okay, don't try to take this type of rebalance, because like you're always gonna get faked out and you're always gonna like take a garbage long right here. If you look at it, seeing like, oh my god, we're rebalancing, nice displacement, you try to enter on the second candle, stop loss here, you immediately got stopped out. Why? Because it's a fat PD array that price can legit react from anywhere. Okay, top, bottom, or middle. Okay, but realistically, always wait for discount. Okay, you don't want to long in premium. You want to like long in discount or like on the CE. So nice total manipulation. Again, displacement. CB gets inverse. Long right here, still valid. Stop loss here. Again, either 1-to-1 or back up to this internal high, which price would have hit your TP if you just held it. And yeah, that's pretty much it. 1045, same thing. Again, after total manipulation, small DRD, you could have caught that. Well, yeah, that was Thursday. It was low-key easy. And then after that, if you just look to your left, you see we have a high on the left, right? If this order block was prominent, we wouldn't be really sitting at the top of it for like, how long? For like 8 hours. We would not be sitting at the top of this order block for 8 hours. So this is telling you that, okay, this is not going to hold. All right. Either look for internal manipulation, displacement away, or if price manipulates that high, we look for shorts. So what did price do? Stagnate, create liquidity for us to come back, internal manipulate right here, beginning of Asia. After that, order block, if we look at ES even have nice SMC. So SMC and nice internal manipulation on NQ, which is telling you that, okay, longs are still valid. We're still looking to long. So obviously you have a lot of chop, but we didn't really go any lower. Price was still respecting this low. So, and we were just creating new highs, new lows, new highs, new lows, whatever. Obviously, there's going to be liquidity either for next week or like Monday, whatever. But like right now, this is still valid for us to trade for or like look at. Price displaces away. We come back into contact into this wick, but nothing really significant. London, we rebounce inside the wick, just giving us more internal manipulation and even rebouncing back inside this order block range or like this entire box of like where the manipulation happened, you know. Again, obviously, as price came down, gave us total manipulation, very clean. Displacement away. Price takes out this high, but we don't really take out the high on the left, all-time highs. So we're still looking to long. Obviously, this is the last manipulation that we had right here. This order block from London, very cleanly, and price displaced away from. But as price was displacing away, you could see we were leaving behind a lot of wicks right here. So there are still valid to look at, but when price pumps up and we create like this high time frame manipulation, we're gonna look to take all this out. Okay. So lower time frame manipulation, lower time frame distribution is higher time frame manipulation. So obviously on the 50-minute, you're not really gonna look at every low or high as like manipulation. You just see this as like accumulation. This is the manipulation. This is the like price distributing lower. Okay. But on the lower time frame, it's going to look different. So let's go on the 5-minute. Obviously, order block is getting respected. Price displacing away. Gave us the small internal manipulation. More displacement. Rebalance back inside this other order block. Boom. And from here, you can see price was respecting this order block that came from this manipulation. Again, displaced away. Took out the high. Boom. Now we have another bearish internal manipulation. So as you can see, we're in a range. So what do you expect from a range? Internal to internal. So nice internal manipulation, displaced up, we took out that internal high, displaced lower, gave us another nice internal manipulation, but we didn't really displace past this previous high that we set in. Like for example right here, we didn't really displace past it. So this is telling you that, okay, this low right here might not hold, and obviously the reaction that you were getting right here, if price was truly bullish, it wouldn't really sit inside this wick for that long. If this manipulation wick was valid, it would just look to tap into it and then displace away. But reaction was weak, so what do you expect price to do? Take out that low exactly at 830. From 830, displacement away, giving us another internal manipulation right here at 915. And yeah, that was the last internal manipulation. So, boom. There you go. There we go. Displacement away, accumulation, get out. Internal manipulation, displacement again. Very, very clean. 930 opens, obviously not the cleanest displacement, but we're not really looking to trade 930, so it doesn't really matter. If we're truly bullish, price will just continue to go higher. 931, nice displacement up, but like still doesn't confirm anything. Both pairs are correlated, or they should be. Let me check ES. Yeah, both pairs are correlated, so we are chilling. Boom, boom, boom. Displacement past all-time highs already is done. So we're just looking, if we're bullish, we'll just get a rebalance displacement up, and then we can just continue taking longs, okay? But if we're bearish, we will see bearish structure being built. All right. Nice rebalancing. Cool. We don't really disrespect the 930 candle. Like, price was still respecting it. So if you're looking at the candle as a whole, then you can see that we're still bullish. Obviously, at 935, this would have told you that, okay, we're still bullish. One singular candle took out pretty much 3 bearish candles. So if it's not telling you that, okay, we're bullish, then I don't know what else will. After price displaced, we get another rebalance and another displacement. So this is giving you like extra confirmation. Okay, so nice candle displacement past all those highs. Stop loss at the rebalance. Okay, but if you entered on this candle, it was still fine as long as you had your stop loss below it. But realistically, this would have been like a perfect entry. Even if you entered at the candle closure, your SL would have still been fine. From here, another rebalancing, but like no displacement to confirm this is going to be a rebalance. So wait for candle closure, which came about like right here. So if you entered as this candle was displacing up after this wick, this was valid. Stop loss at the rebalance right here. Again, either 1-to-1. It's Friday, so I suggest 1-to-1, but it's all-time high. So you realistically hold it until you're content, or like if you're in a good position, you just hold it until you want to make more money. But realistically, 1-to-1 since it's Friday, stop loss at the rebalance. More rebalancing, 944 gives us the small internal manipulation, like a little wick, and then nice displacement after that. The displacement would have told you that, okay, this manipulation, this internal will hold. Long either at the candle closure or at the next candles that are coming about. Stop loss at the manipulation low. TP 1-to-1, 30 points would have been fine with a mini. Like, you would not have been in like drawdown at all. Another long right here after the rebalancing. Nice candle displacement past it. Boom, boom. 20-point SL, and obviously you could target 30 points or 1-to-1 with a mini, but realistically could have easily gotten 30 points. Again, more displacement, rebalancing displacement, like longs here. But as you guys are noticing, candles are slowing down a lot. They're not really displacing as much as they were right here at the bottom. They were like wicking a lot. So this is telling you that, okay, the high might be setting soon. So if you're looking to long, I would realistically wait after we get to like 10 a.m. These specific times like 9:30, 10, 10:30, 11. It's like macro timings, you know. But like every hour is kind of significant, you know. Like new orders are being like set into the market. All right. So like after 10 a.m. we like displaced up, okay, clean. But like after we finish rebalancing right here at 10:01, we don't really get that displacement after. So this is telling you that like, okay, let me chill out on the longs. Okay, let me see if we're flipping bearish or whatnot. So after you see prices failing to displace any higher and we are setting in bearish candles, you're literally just looking for a bear, like a break of structure or like price changing order flow. So like we're going from like this. Okay, this is the high. Is price gonna displace past this previous low and rebalance to continue going lower, or are we just gonna internally manipulate and then continue displacing up? All right. So this was the displacement rebalance. So this would be the last low you're looking at to see what price is doing. So price displaces past it very cleanly, and we rebalance, but like we don't continue displacing up. We don't get like a CB disrespect to confirm that we're getting long. Okay, we just get internal manipulation, but that internal manipulation legit just gave us a rebalance, and then from that we just see nice candle displacement lower right here at 10:08. So shorts are now in play. Obviously stop loss at the rebalance or at the candle displacement. And from here, once you know that we're reversing, everything to your left that looked like accumulation now is accumulation. So obviously all of this becomes like trendline liquidity. So price is gonna look to take all of that out. So if you did take shorts here, holding it down here to like 9:30, very clean and valid. Obviously we're still referring to like this clean SIBI. So price could still look to give us internal manipulation. What the hell? There we go. Okay. Internal manipulation. Price rebalancing, internal manipulation, displacement lower. So you could have entered at the candle closure right here, which would be fine. And stop loss at the rebalance. Continue displacing lower. And obviously all of this is liquidity. So depending on where you enter, you can hold your trade. But if you enter a bit late, you're gonna have to TP out like an internal low or like just get out at like 1-to-1. But if you entered here, then you're free to hold it to like however you like. But obviously you're reacting to seeing what price is doing. Another short, which would have been like right here after candle displace, boom, boom, stop loss at the displacement. Now we can refer to that high. Again, TP either 1-to-1 or till you're content, which realistically 1-to-1 would have been fine because like Friday, you don't want to end your day on like on a break even or a loss. So 1-to-1 would have been fine. Or this hanging fruit right here at 9:35, boom, valid. This is the SIBI we're referring to. This was the last clean SIBI. So this is going to be taken out any day of the week. Okay, this is very small. Price doesn't care about this, but it cares about this one right here. All right. After price finishing rebalancing, okay, as you can see, we are literally failing to displace higher. Like price is trying to go higher, but it doesn't have liquidity, it doesn't have volume, it doesn't have power to like go up. So more indication that like we're going to continue being bearish. Cool. After you see this clean candle displacement lower from failing to go higher, the second you see this next one open bearish and it continue displacing lower, look to short, stop loss either at the candle high or the rebalance of that wick, and 1-to-1 or legit this first internal low on the left, or like the max you would do 9:30 candle, because after 9:30 price could still look to rebalance inside this order block right here, or like this range from like where we had the internal manipulation before 9:30. Okay, overall the narrative in bearish, the bias is still bearish. So nicely because inversed. If you did take longs here, they were not wrong, but I would just be careful because like it's against the bias and like the narrative right now we're bearish. So if you're gonna take longs right here, nothing wrong with it, but just remember 1-to-1 or like the first internal. And after you see price displace past this high and immediately flip the candle, legit just close your trade. At that point, just close your trade. Obviously, you see price displace lower, giving us another rebalance, displacement lower. So total manipulation, if you want to look at it like that, we rebounds back inside this range. Let me check ES if we have SMC. No, no SMC. But same thing on ES as well. So again, stop loss at that rebalance or flip of the candle. Displacement lower, price displacing past that previous low. Another candle opening, displacing lower. So if you entered anywhere here is fine. Obviously, stop loss at that rebalance, or if you entered a little bit earlier at that high. Again, first internal since it's Friday, or you could target this next accumulation on the left, which would have been right here, which is now valid to target because price reacted from it, but it didn't really displace past these highs right here. So it's telling you that we're going to continue being bearish very cleanly. So boom, boom, and yeah, we get another rebalance, more displacement lower, which would have been valid right here, and stop loss at that high up here. Again, last place you'd want a TP at is obviously the nearest accumulation highs or lows, which would have been right here. So boom, which would have been like 50 points away if you did enter on that. Again, more displacement lower, but we're seeing wicks. A lot of wicks are forming, so this is telling you that like, okay, price might finish rebalancing on the higher time frame to like flip the narrative or like the bias overall. So realistically, right here would have been like the final DOL, because after that you're just gonna rebalance back inside this accumulation, or not the accumulation but the manipulation that we had from London. And you don't want to be near the manipulation legs because price can react legit from any point. Obviously we dug really deep into this, but it could have legit reacted from the premium, CE, or the discount. But yeah, after damn, what was I say? It nicely took out this low, rebounds back inside the order block. CB gets inverse, displacement, CB gets inverse, rebalance, displacement. So if you entered at the CB disrespect, stop loss at the BISI right here. Again, TP either 1-to-1 or the first internal high or low. Or realistically, first high that you see, which would have been like right here. But if you TP'd anywhere on the left, it was still fine. Again, we get another rebalance, more displacement. So another line would have been right here. Stop loss at the BISI, TP 1-to-1 or the first internal, obviously. Another fat displacement after that, which is telling you that, okay, price is still bullish. You could have entered again. Stop loss right here. And TP 1-to-1 or first internal high, which would have been right there. After that, price rebalances, more displacement. So if you entered on this candle, it was still valid as long as you had your stop loss at the manipulation low, or not the manipulation, but the rebalance. And either 1-to-1 back up to this internal high, which would have been valid overall. Obviously, price slowed down a lot, gave us nice internal manipulation. CB gets inversed and more displacement up, even past these high right here. Another long would have been valid right here, which would have been fine. You could have put your stop loss below the manipulation, which would have been extra confirmation, like protection. You would have been extra safe, but you could have dragged it here or here. It's up to you, but realistically, I would just have it below the manipulation. And obviously TP 1-to-1 or the first internal high, which would have been on the left. From here, price still continued being stagnant. This internal manipulation didn't really give us the reaction we were looking for. DRD, but like no displacement past the rebalance wick. So this is telling you that this manipulation is gonna look to get reswept, which is what price did. Price came back, reswept it. CB gets inverse, nice displacement past the high. Another long would have been right here. Stop loss right here. And obviously CP either at internal highs right here, which would have been like this accumulation would have been nice. Or if you had more conviction, you could have held it to this high right here. But realistically, I would not have, because price could have reacted from the order block from giving us this internal manipulation, and this would have just been a safer TP depending on where you entered. But like if you had the conviction, holding it was still fine either way. It's not really that deep. And as you guys could see, this internal manipulation held for like the rest of the day. Never mind, it didn't. And yeah, that's pretty much the day. Obviously, price came back, took out all those equal highs on the left. Boom. Price again gave us more equal highs, which was garbage. So those are gonna get taken out. Price rebounds back inside the bullish pretty arrays. More displacement, rebalance, turn of manipulation, displacement, and yeah, that's pretty much today. Pretty much today. Any questions? Any questions? No questions? Okay. Let's get into the trades. This is from yesterday. Slur. Yep. Turtle. SFT. Turtle took off those highs. Very nice. Order block flip. CB. I mean, this gets inversed. Displacement rebounds away from the order block. You enter. And you TP at this turtle low. You could have held it for longer because you're at a very, very nice area where like the manipulation just happened. So this is all just free liquidity. Probably gonna look to take out in like one sweep. So you could have targeted a bit more. When you have those early entries, don't be afraid to target more. Slur and Quinton, but overall the trades were valid. They were good. Yonko, same thing, clean. Shorts were clean. SFT manip, which was turtle 2 order block displacement, taken at 933, keeping my 1 to 1.5. Promise I keeping the basics every day. This is an entry I've been back to and I used to get payouts, going to continue with it. And also take Sibi, Bissy, Respect as well only. Yep, valid. Manip of highs also paired with SFT. Sibi, Respect, targeted accumulation lows. Yep, clean. TP as well. Good. Paulo, very clean. Even though it closed basically on CE instead of disrespecting it fully, is it still valid? Yeah, it's valid. Because it closed, why? Because we rebounced back inside the order block. And now we're displacing away. So, but overall, it's still valid. I entered because we rebounced lower. Displaced higher. To respect the Civi, but I lose because I pattern traded because the nerve is bearish. Yeah. You understand your loss, so I'm not really going to grill you too much. Obviously, seeing a Civi disrespect in the middle of the range doesn't mean anything, you know? Understanding where we're coming from, why we're bearish, why we're bullish, okay? Here, we're not really reacting from anything. Like, besides this Bissy, like, okay, cool, we reacted from the Bissy, but, like, what about this Bissy? What about this Bissy? What about this Bissy? Price is, like, rating through all of those and giving us a rebound throughout. That doesn't mean the Bissies will hold. Tournament quick Bissy, disrespect, move with speed and efficiency, quick 1-to-1, could even place itself. Yeah, very clean. Good job. No trade, the 933 shorts were clean, but the candle closed way too far down, so my R wasn't good. I'm thinking of trading DRD again. I've looked at my journal from February when I got payout. 80% of my entries were based off DRD. My frequency was higher too. Yeah, trade what you see, bro. Don't try to force one entry. Shorts valid and longs rebounds in the order block. Take it. Stop loss below the order block. Very clean. CP back inside the Sibi. Yep, very, very valid tonk. First trade passed eval. Second trade was unfunded. Very, very good. Well, yesterday's loss is covered. Stop loss clean. Good. Very, very nice. Yep, very good. Using my discussion based on backtesting, honestly, I thought we were bearish to the 15-minute time frame. Looked like mid-dip and busy disrespect, but we left relatively equal lows as well. I was looking for shorts at first, but we kept pushing up. We made an SFT with the S at the internal high, but I still got no reaction, so I knew all-time highs were in our sights again. I entered the trade and I closed my laptop. We immediately displaced lower, so I kind of accepted my account was likely blown to set my limit. I closed my laptop, only had around 450 left to draw down. I had to take a poop. I can't lie, so when I opened my laptop again, I was surprised price moved as fast as it did. Thank you, God. Yep. Good. Very, very good. Obviously, nice. Price took out that low. And you might see as relative equal lows on the left, but realistically, I just came from rebouncing. On the 1 minute, it looks like chop because it's overnight. But if you look at the 5 minute or 15 minute, it'll show you that, like, okay, this is like clean order block. You know what I'm saying? Actually, this was chop. I can't lie, but it just came from rebouncing. So, catch what I said. Bad trade overall, no entry trigger, just forced an unnecessary loss. There's a internal manip at the accumulation, and I was targeting as well, which I seen completely avoidable, I guess, narrative. Yeah, we're legit bullish. We're like pumping up crazy, and you're trying to short here. Like, it doesn't make sense, you know? Like, yeah, you see bearish candles, but is it really a short or is it just a rebalance leg? Traded a rebalance leg thinking it's a narrative being flipped. Not my favorite because we didn't get nice displacement through the SIBI, but we had manip and SIBI disrespect, so I just had the mindset of taking it, and if I lose, I'll learn. Yeah, very clean. Stop loss below. Just had the rebalance. TP at the first internal high. Still good. Alright, cool. Jersey, the biggest stop loss at the internal manipulation. Busy rebalance, yes. TP at the first internal high. Very, very clean. Trailed a sell after we were basically at the draw. I mean, legit, no point in trailing. You already have it in a protected area. Just let it run. Let your trade run. You know what I'm saying? But overall, good trade. Playmaker, same thing. Good job. Very, very nice. Here, you could trail a little bit because, like, you can move your stop loss out of the busy if you want to still have it, like, covered. Or if you want to have it below this internal manipulation. But after you get, like, all this displacement, it's fine for you to trail. But overall, it's good. I was bullish. Price comes down, rebounds at the 1 minute fair value gap, creates SMT internally, so that low is protected. I'm waiting for an entry trigger. We get SIBI disrespect. I enter longs, entering or targeting the draw. Yeah, very clean. Stop loss below the manipulation. Very, very clean. Good job. Third payout secured. Good job. Tried to put that process you explained from yesterday. I passed through. Oh yeah, I read that journal. But overall, shorts. Yep, valid. Trail that sell here after you get more displacement. Good. Trying a lot of liquidity, so all that's gonna get taken out. Very good and good TP. Clean. Very, very good. Simple narrative, higher time frame delivery. Yup. Stored all back respect. Show manip displacement. London accumulation macro narrative target. Yes. Asia internal highs. Yup. Simple execution. Turtle soup. Asia internal. London accumulation targeting confirmed narrative. Yep. Very, very clean. Simple. Mr. Shores by underpriced, which is one thing, grab the liquidity lower to run higher with the narrative being bullish, so I took these longs still holding. Yeah. Very, very clean. Good. Good, 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 good forward test. Both forward tests. First one entered on the BISC inverse, but wasn't valid because even though ES took out the new week opening gap, and he still needs to make its own manip, which it did later with some accumulation away from the range in respect to the BISC CE. Could have entered on the first leg, but wants more confirmation since we had the inverse on the displacement candle. Yeah. If you look to your left, the DOL, you target a bit past that low. So obviously after price took it out, you can immediately see that like price is flipping the narrative by given this bullish candle. But obviously the trade after that was clean and valid. And yeah, good TP as well. Thursday win comes to 933 macro as bearish short. Short-term price was super extended with no rebounds. I was looking for price to go lower to continue higher. Price opened up, total SMC pushed price higher, then we got a manip. Busy disrespect, but I wasn't able to enter because my boss started talking with me. And after seeing price displace through the lows, we had a nice draw lower. I entered all PXO. Also, the rebounds and then displays told me we were still going lower, target at 1-to-1. Did not enter off a BISC or CIVI, but there was a clear draw and price was being clear on where I wanted to go. Yeah, very clean and good TP and DOL. Good, 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 good. 1 micro just because I haven't traded DRD in months. Yep, very still valid and clean. Akeem, clean. No CB disrespect, so I just took it on paper. Clean displacement off PXH. Yep, still valid nonetheless. The whole pump up was just low resistance. Liquidity waited on an entry trigger targeted potentially was lower targets, but price is permissible to reverse off sweeping off that low resistance. Yep, stop loss above the CB that price was referring to. Nice candle displacement lower, so now you could like look to de-risk and TP that low right there from 935. Very, very clean flow. Good. The difference between this trade and the trade from yesterday, we have bearish structures to refer to, like the narrative flipped, okay? Before, we have like displacement candles that price was reacting from, we were like bullish, okay? But now, candles flipped, you see prices like build on liquidity to then take out later on. Prices failing to displace past that high. And yeah, so now we can refer to shorts. Before, they were too premature. 1040, CB disrespect, minute at lows with SMT, de-risk 3 micros because Friday, target 1-to-1. Very nice. Yep. Good. Very clean. Good job, Zay. High time frame was bullish because of my conditions. We come down, take out internal draw. We then get CB disrespect. Disrespect long for 1-to-1. Reason for loss was because it was too early into the macro. We didn't take out enough DOS to long. Here, yeah, yes. Also, again, after you see price flip this entire bullish candle, you might as well close it for like a minor loss and then look for the re-entry. Okay, because we don't really want to see this, like especially when we're bullish. Price was building a very nice clear structure, like bullish structure, nice displacement, order block, a rebalance, displacement. But like after you see that displacement gets inversed, it's cooked. Rough day today, bigger loss on Funded X XFA, small loss on two new Lucid XFAs, 150-ish, medium on other. So my first trade I took break even because we are in premium. I didn't want to risk a loss and got scared, hit BE and ran by a tick. Second trade, edged and then just screwed me over. I got lucky with the third trade with 2 accounts. Others locked out. Feeling defeated because I lost all my weekly progress I made on the Funded X account. Trying to figure out how to build back. Do you have any advice? I mean, here you have no reason to go break even. Like we're at all-time highs, so price is gonna look to DRD a lot along the way. You're not really gonna have CB disrespect a lot. So like you enter at a really good area, stop loss in a protected area, hold your trade, like accept it. If you're gonna enter a trade and like be scared after entering it, don't even enter the trade in the first place. Like ask yourself, am I really gonna be scared if price does this or does that? If the answer is yes, don't enter the trade. Sit tight on your hands, wait for another setup, okay? Again, here, obviously same thing as Rayon. After you see this candle get flipped, close your trade, just reacting from it, you know. And price could still look to dig a bit deeper, but it wasn't invalid. It was just reaction, like reacting off what price was doing. Obviously, this would have been nice longs if price did displace past that high, but it never did, and we're still continuing the bearish like narrative and like bias. So, unfortunate on the longs as well, but the shorts were better. After price failed, I mean my bad. After price failed to displace higher, nice displacement lower, DRD, you enter on that, and yeah, it was clean. So advice on building back up, bro. Legit, ask yourself before you enter a trade. Will I be scared if I hit CP or SL? Like, are you scared from holding a trade? If the answer is yes, don't enter the trade. That's it. I remember I went BE. It was because the new 15-minute candle opened. I thought we would rebalance into it, and then I would get fully stopped out. So I wanted to reduce risk. Bro, why would price rebalance on the 50-minute when we're on the 1-minute? We're clearly like already have a nice rebalancing. It makes no sense. The only time price would rebalance on the 15-minute is if the entire like we have 15 candles they were pumping up. Like that's it. No trade today, only one trade this week. That's fine. Just went paper today because there was no news Friday. There was no entry trigger here. I mean, besides DRD, like continuation, yeah, it was good. Valid. I miss you too. Oh, glory to God. Nice rebalance into the order block. Internal manipulation on the left. CB gets inverse. DRD, you enter on that. TP at the internal high. Very clean. Very clean. Thursday trade today. No, Thursday trade, no trade. Okay. Yeah, shorts clean and the longs were clean after. Low resistance liquidity. Clean. Good. Longs close it after you see price displace or fail to displace past the high. Good. I don't know about these shorts here. Trading pre-market, very wrong. Don't do that again. Shorts here, I wouldn't say. I mean, realistically, they're invalid because we just gave. We had internal replacement, right? We have CB disrespect. Nice displacement candles, so price is gonna look to rebalance if we want to continue going higher, right? The only time it would have been valid for you to short was after us taking out this internal high, failing to displace past that high, and obviously the candle being inversed, price displacing lower, rebalancing it, displacing lower. That would be the only time you would like look to short, was after, not before. So the short was premature. Longs here, they were okay. Shorting right here, really improper. And then the shorts right here, continuation lower, they were fine. Yeah, they were valid. Yup. Let's see. So my brother took this today, second AM macro, since the first AM didn't present anything. Manipulation, SMT, CB disrespect, entry plus daily candle. Yeah, very, very clean. CB gets inversed, you enter on that, the second gets inversed, hold it, and TP at that first internal high. Very, very clean. Good job, bro. Would you consider the up and down close candle at all-time highs on the 15-minute chart order block to respect on Monday? We will see. Because if you're looking at the order block, okay, here. This is the order block, alright? If we were looking for price to be bearish, price obviously tapped into the order block, right? But what do you see price doing? It's legit just setting relative equal highs. So we're still inside of this range until price like either manipulates up, either we gap up, rebounds back inside of it, and then go lower, which is very unlikely, but we will see. But realistically, even the high that was made on, let me look at it on the 3-minute, which might be cleaner. Yeah, don't look at it at the 15-minute. Look at it from the 3-minute or 5-minute. It would be cleaner for you to have like a cleaner entry. So if price is like rebouncing into the 3-minute order block or like the 5-minute, and it's giving us nice reaction, then look to enter. But realistically, wait for all of this to get taken out, either the low or the top, and then react from there. Forward test, yeah, very clean, very clean. See anything invalid for this PXH play? Not really invalid, it's just reaction up here. So nice displacement past the high. You can look at it as DRD, or you can look at it as like internal manipulation, candle gets flipped, order block, okay, and price failing to displace past the high. So I wouldn't say it's invalid, it was just about reacting to what you're seeing, and that's pretty much it. SMT at high, 1 minute, DRD for entry. High time frame, we had a bunch of accumulation lows to me. We manipulated higher, so I wanted to see price meet the lows I set in. Targeted the furthest low as we were all close together. Also up 1K on eval for the week. Very good. This clean forward test, and yeah, good. Fib unnecessary to be honest, but other than that, yeah, it was good. It was a good trade. Lux, yeah, very clean. Displacement, rebalance, displacement, another rebalance, displacement lower. After you enter on this one, after you see price displace lower, realistically just de-risk back up to this rebalance, because that is confirming that, okay, that's the rebalance, the price not going to come back to it. Other than that, that's good. Price failing to displace past the high, internal manipulation, order block gets flipped, you enter that candle, displacement lower, TP right here, all the lasting liquidity, very clean. Good. Is profitability simple to you now? I mean, that's a vague question. Vague question. Don't worry about the fib, that was a part of it. Yeah. Alright. Any questions about price? If not, then that wraps up group call. Shout out Adams Accelerator. Yeah, welcome. Have a weekend, bubs. You too, baby. All right, with that, group call is wraps. You guys have a good weekend.